Hold on to your hats because the next 3 weeks could be absolutely epic for silver because we have some breaking intel that is talking about a break between the physical price of silver and the paper price of silver that could unfold in the next 3 weeks, and it could potentially be bigger than what happened in January back here on the price chart. So we are going to talk about that in today's video. So some breaking updates from Just Dario. We have some breaking other updates that you need to be aware of, how the gold price is doing, and also the long-term price potential of silver. We're going to break it all down in today's video. If you enjoy it, stick around for all the alpha so you get all the intelligence before it hits the market, and let's get into it. So you can see right here, the silver price you see on the screen is completely fake. What can happen in the next 2 to 3 weeks can be historical, above and beyond the January event. So remember, in January, we did actually get up to about $121 worth right here. So if we're to go back above that, we're looking at a paper price 120 plus, but the physical price, we might be going to literally 150 US dollars an ounce in some countries out there with the real premiums, the real demand coming in. So how is this actually going to unfold? Is it exactly as we expect? And it does say right here, it has to do with the amount of demand, the physical settlement right here. So far in Feb, 98% of the OI stood for silver physical delivery just in the first 6 days. In February 25, for the whole month, 24 million ounces physically settled in the first 5 days of Feb 26. We are already at 19 million ounces, and contracts are bought for immediate delivery. March 25, total delivery was 80 million ounces, or 3 times versus March 24. In March 26, the open interest is still over 400 million ounces of silver and only 103 million ounces of silver left as registered to settled future contracts. If only 25% settle physically, there won't be enough silver left to settle. If the trend versus 2025 and 2024 continues of 3x or 4x higher futures figures, 240 million ounces will be standing delivery, and at that point the COMEX breaks. So what we are seeing is just, the paper, what's on the contracts, not actually being able to meet the physical inventory of what's getting held. And we do have some predictions about what will happen to the silver price that we'll talk about later. But I have to say, the drain is intensifying, it is accelerating. And Dario goes on to say, we already see buyers of physical front running this, not only because they need to secure physical supply in extreme shortage, but likely because they made the same calculations. And the other thing to understand as well, we are seeing a market like we've never seen before in silver. There is so much volatility, there is so much manipulation. Look, in the last 24 hours, we've had a very nice little fight back right here. You can see that trend going up. So even though, look, the fundamentals of silver are looking intensely bullish over the long term, we are still at the whims of massive manipulation from entities out there basically. So I think silver is looking very, very strong. The China is loving silver, they're buying up lots of silver, but again, we are still getting manipulated, but we are fighting back. So there hasn't been a big cataclysmic crash down to $50, down to $40. People were expecting this to go down. Guys, it's not going down, it's only getting stronger, and we might see a monster rally happening soon. So over in China, it says things are even getting worse with only 11.5 million ounces left at the SHFE and 16 million ounces left at SGE, so less than 30 million ounces left in China. What about the LBMA? Accurate figures are hard to come by, but good estimates point to 150 million ounce of physical silver free float left. So all numbers, like it or not, are pointing towards a complete break of the paper price market system mechanism if the prices stay at the current levels. Thank you for your attention on this matter. So things could get crazy, guys. You got 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks before something could insanely happen. As always, no guarantees what's going to happen. So this could be absolutely crazy. And someone has asked the question right here, Grok, what would happen to the price of SLV? And if you guys don't know what SLV is, that's the iShares Silver Trust thing. And you can see it's going to the moon. But Grok has an answer that might surprise you, because Grok does say right here, in the described scenario of a severe physical silver shortage causing a paper market breakdown, SLV would likely see its price surge dramatically As a physically backed ETF tracking spot silver, it will reflect the skyrocketing physical value once the disconnect resolves. Historical squeezes show premiums over NAV during shortages with potential volatility from redemptions. Monitor COMEX data for updates. So there you go. So, if this does turn out to be a reality from Just Dario, these predictions coming in, what we're going to see is we're going to see like a silver price that's going to eclipse the January price. So I think it's a great time to prepare for that. So what am I doing? Again, you guys know my strategy. It's completely honest and transparent. I'm just holding silver. I'm buying where I can, and I'm not selling. It's that simple. I'm in for the long term. So I don't really care about the short-term movements. Some people, look, if you want to trade this, feel free to trade it if you want. We operate a complete channel of freedom. So whatever strategy works for you, I say go do it, because it's not financial advice right here on the channel. But all I'm doing is just buying, holding, because I want to get those long-term premiums, multi-year gains for silver, because I think fundamentally, what we've been speaking about right here on this channel and what we're going to see price rises from, guys, none of these issues that we have been speaking about are getting even remotely close to getting resolved. If not, what's actually happening is things are actually getting worse. And what I actually mean by that, we're talking about the big macro things, right? So we're talking about inflation. Inflation is not under control, right? A lot of the money goes into the stock market, into the prices of the prices of food and stuff like that. That is not getting better. We also have political trust going down. So there's a lot of political trust that is getting eroded, right? Inflation is going up, political trust is going down. Geopolitics, that stuff is only going to get more wild, I would think, in 2026 and onwards. And there's so many other factors that are going into silver, like AI demand, military equipment, all that stuff. All these factors, guys, they're going up. It's not going down. And that's why I have long-term conviction. So even if we were to retrace, right, say if there was some manipulation that goes down in terms of price, pushes us down to 60s or 50s or even 40s, that's where I'm gobbling up more silver. It's really, really that simple. And we did have a big day on the stock market yesterday. So today is Saturday. Yesterday was Friday, and it had a monster day. But again, this is all just like money printing straight into the stocks. And I do diversify into stocks as well. I'm a diversified investor, but it is looking quite bullish over the long term. So I think the important thing to watch out for is watch out for this silver drain, right? The silver drain could be coming. We could see just crazy stuff happen in the next 3 weeks. And, the demand is still very strong. We know there's a lot of manipulation happening right now. So I think it's a good time to be patient, time to keep up to date. If you want to get these updates as soon as they come out, remember you have to subscribe and you have to hit the notification bell. So if you don't hit the notification bell, you're probably going to get the updates like a couple of days later. But it's always best, in my opinion, if you can get the alpha fresh, and we do print out the alpha super fresh right here. So as soon as I make it, I put it up on the channel. But guys, appreciate you watching. See you in the next one. Economic Zeus signing out.